The Namibia Institute of Public Administration and Management, shortened NIPAM, was established by an Act of Parliament, the NIPAM Act 2010, and was officially inaugurated on the 25th of February in 2011. The purpose of NIPAM is to transform the public service in Namibia through improving management, leadership and professional competencies. It also aims to foster a climate of purpose, values and professional traditions amongst public sector employees. Now, joining us this morning to talk about NIPAM as well as its upcoming leadership seminar is Sankwasa Mubita, Manager of Strategy and Organization Performance at NIPAM. Good morning, sir. It's such a pleasure to have you in studio this morning.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning to your viewers.
All right. Now, Mr. Mubita, of course, we watched the video, yes. Just a short description of NIPAM and its services. And I also touched a bit on it in my introduction. But perhaps just in layman's terms, help us understand what NIPAM is and its mandate.
Thank you very much. NIPAM, as you rightly said, established by Act of Parliament. And the reasons why NIPAM was established, and which makes also distinct from universities,
okay,
is that universities train Namibian citizens to be professional in their own respects, be it engineers, doctors, nurses, journalists, and the like. But as these professionals take their positions, they grow in their various careers, and they end up in leadership positions, in management. But remember, they were not trained in people management. They were not trained in these office administration leadership positions that they take over. And then there was a need then to say, let's fill this gap by establishing this institution that will ensure that these public servants that have since taken over responsibilities in management are able to execute their functions in the public sector without necessarily having to go back to school.
Okay.
So NIPAM, generally, in layman's terms, is a school of government. That's what was its establishment. But the mandate are fourfold. The first one, of course, is, as we talk about, training. That's the first mandate of NIPAM. The second one is consultancy. NIPAM offers consultancy services to the public sector or to government. This includes, for example, the strategic plans or business plans, performance management, re-engineering processes and their like, to ensure that, again, coming back to the function that you outlined, to ensure efficiency in the public sector, for the public sector to offer services to the public. The third one is research. As we know, for us to be able to improve, we need to measure or know where are we. So in terms of that, NIPAM also undertakes research. And the last one is capacity evaluation. This entails us going into an organization, establishing, given this mandate, what else do this institution need for it to fulfill its mandate? Be it in terms of equipment, be it in terms of personnel, be it in terms of trying to establish what is it that the organization would need for it to function. And that is more evaluating the capacity of the organization to be able to execute its mandate. So these are the four pillars at which NIPAM operates. Generally, then, it becomes part of the think tank of government.
Okay.
Also in terms of policy reforms to see what else can be done for improving the services in the country.
Since the establishment of NIPAM in 2011, what has been its effectiveness, or how would you rate its success?
Well, without having to beat our own drums,
okay.
Yes, NIPAM have gone through a lot of transformation, I think, from the time that it was established to today. It has been very active in the training segment of its mandate. I think that's where it has spent a lot of time. But if we go to the others, for example, we have gone into consultancy. Consultancy is important to us because if you look at it, we do have certain village councils that cannot have the funds to hire external consultants that would be able to put together their strategic plans or business plans, their performance management systems and stuff like that. So NIPAM had taken that responsibility to try as much as possible to accommodate even the smallest of the institutions. Of course, we have been a role player in the planning sector, having also done the strategic plan for the presidency, Office of the Prime Minister, Public Service Commission. Local authorities like Rootfontein, local authority, places like WVTC, Windhoek Vocational Technical, NQA, and many others. I can mention a whole list of them. And then including the smaller, for us, including the smaller entities, which is important because that's where our people are. And therefore, service delivery at that level is important to us because we are created for service delivery, to assist in service delivery. And therefore, we have been in Oshkuku, up north, we have been in Kamanjab, we have been in Gibeon, we have been nearly all over in terms of the country. And that is where we have been. And we have been delivering those services to our people. But in terms of the impact, we still need to do a thorough impact assessment in terms of our footprints, where we have been, what have been the changes that we have seen there. I think we still need that empirical data, but we have been involved.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that is quite a big list of achievements that you have mentioned there, yes. And that also stipulates your effectiveness. Now, you touched on the aspect of you having to ensure that services delivered within some of these institutions that you collaborate with or that you have worked with through consulting, like creating the strategic plan, for example. Where does the role of NIPAM start when it comes to creating the strategic plan, and where does it end? I ask this because are you part of the implementation process and the evaluation process as well as NIPAM?
We don't take over the organizations, okay, to run it for them. In many cases, organization comes to us for us to deliver service to them, okay, to assist in terms of developing their own strategic plans. We as much hand it over to the organization. It's the organization that needs to, because we only facilitate. Okay. It's owned by the organization. All right. And it's for the organization really to ensure its implementation. But in terms of evaluation, yes, organization again can contact NIPAM to be able to do the evaluation of their strategic plan or annual operational plan in terms of how have they performed, because sometimes it's good to have an external person looking at it than when you do it yourself, because you'll start to so it's very good when it's an independent person, and NIPAM stands ready to come in and assist when that is required from us. Yeah.
One of the services that you mentioned that NIPAM offers, of course, being the leadership training. Yes. I myself have been part of that under the NBC.
We are glad to hear that.
Yes. Now, with this leadership training, I now see that you are hosting a forum. Why are you hosting, or rather a seminar? Why are you hosting a seminar which is different from the intimate groups that you normally provide training for organizations? How different is the seminar?
Okay. Maybe let me start this way. Leadership is a very important aspect in terms of a country at large. Leadership is actually makes or breaks organization. Or maybe put differently, leadership is as good as, or organizations are as good as its leaders. And this seminar, we're bringing in an international speaker that comes to speak on issues of leadership, issues that you might not necessarily learn in class. Because academic will confine themselves to the books, what the book says, and we bring these seminars to come and share the practical aspects of leadership, to seek the coherence that our leaders from our various entities are able to pull together for in the best interest of the country. Because if we work together, if we see things from the same perspective, it helps us as a country. Therefore, we are calling on most of the leaders or all leaders to join us as we look at how can we use this leadership to be able to advance the interest of the country.
All right. Who is being targeted for the seminar? Right.
Basically, according to our mandate, is the public sector,
okay.
Who includes then the central government, or all the OMAs as we know them, which is the offices, ministries, and agencies of government, regional councils, the local authorities, the public enterprises like NBC. We hope NBC will be there. We all, and we are also even open in this particular one to the private sector.
Okay.
That in the end, we have one country. And we need to pull together as a country. And therefore, leadership should be enhanced. Let's learn together. Let's move together as a country. And once we have our leadership right, I'm sure we will be different, because that's what makes differences between countries. If you look at countries, sometimes it's not even the resources. It's the leadership that they have. And if we have a better leadership, surely we would move ahead of our peers.
Very well. So how can those that are interested be part of the seminar?
They only need to contact NIPAM.
Okay.
Our marketing team would be ready to receive, and we have already started receiving bookings.
Okay.
And I would want to encourage those that would want to attend to book earlier, because we have limited space, obviously, and also we do have, we want them to book earlier, because we are giving, for example, a book together with it, so that you learn some of these things and you have some reference material to it. And as a result, if you come on the door, how would we have prepared that you even receive your book? So we want you to book earlier, so that we don't have disappointments that, okay, we'll tell you, you can attend, but you'll send your book later. Get your book right there, because you have registered in time.
Yeah. Are there fees involved for the seminar?
Yes, there are fees involved. The fee per person is 1,500. That's what it includes. This is a one-day seminar. It includes a book. It includes refreshments for the whole day, and the experience that you won't forget.
And the skills.
And the skill that you'll carry throughout your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the date and venue where the seminar will take place?
It will take place at NIPAM,
okay,
on the 14th of November, 2024, at the Executive Hall within NIPAM.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mubita, for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was a conversation with Sankwasa Mubita, who is the Manager for Strategy and Organization Performance at NIPAM, and he was talking to us about NIPAM, the organization, and what its role is in Namibia, as well as the leadership seminar that they are hosting on the 14th of November this year. Now, let us take a look at the birthday well wishes by the Namibian public to the Vice President of Namibia, that is Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, as she turns 72 today.